Welcome back to another episode of Azrael Reacts. I'm your boy Azrael, and today we're getting back into that slavery, the greatest deception, to deceive Aboriginals' mind, to make them believe and forget who and where they come from series, or from kings to slaves. I feel like that's just so much easier to say than that long ass description that I gave, but it needed to be said. But anyway, let's get back into this, because the diaspora surrounding this is very crazy. Like I told you guys last time about the tethers, but I got a lot more that just keep seeming to come out because it just never ends. We got Africans out here telling the truth, the Mexicans out here telling the truth, and Native Americans is starting to tell the truth. It's like, wow, shit is really starting to ramp up. But hey, you already know, like I always say, if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, or rather even throw a comment in there, because it all helps, and we truly do appreciate and thank you guys for that. But hey, let's go ahead and get into these videos real quick.
So-called Africans or African American people are actually indigenous to this land. You know, they were already here. Columbus didn't find nothing, did nothing new. There were already people here, you know, and he was in search while he was studying prophecy and scripture, trying to find the holy people that were promised the land that was located to the west, which was essentially us. When he came on this land, he called us Indians because he thought he landed in India, which it wasn't true, you know. But we're melanated people. Some contain a little bit more melanin than others, you know, but we're still indigenous to this land. This land is ours, you know. So all this reparations and stuff that they want to give, you know, 40 acres and a mule or whatever, that's frivolous. That wouldn't account for anything, you know. That's blasphemy against our people, black and brown. We need our land back, point blank. There's no amount of money that can substantiate the amount of killing and bloodshed that's been done on our people, point blank period.
Hey, so you're saying it's just me? You're saying I'm the only one that knows that, man, maybe a community or something can get together, you know what I'm talking about, and just maybe put aside some food, and then that said community could probably say, fuck it, let's see if we can build some shit on our own. Hey man, I can weld this. Hey man, I can cook this. Hey man, I can sew this. And just maybe you wouldn't have to worry about them taking your motherfucking jobs. And you wouldn't have to worry about them. Basically, you see what's going on in Philly? Oh yeah, they just said, F it. The trash is all on. You didn't give them their raise like you said, you liar. Guess what? Sent you a bald-faced lie. Now the trash all on the street. My point is, bruh, get to your motherfucking talents and win this fight against the deletes. Y'all call them elites. I call them deletes. Cause they're nothing and we're way more than they are. So stop being afraid. Quit the fucking job before they fire you. Mark my words, Precise said it.
To whom it may concern, you guys, please understand, there are some black men that are not passive. There are some black men who are moving around correctly. They believe in the Second Amendment. They practice the Second Amendment. They do not negotiate with terrorists, in uniform or out of uniform. They have no desire to talk to you, nor do they have any desire to pull their phones out and record your racist behavior. I'm one of those black men. I will not be trying to record you. I will be trying to get an acquittal. And I know my chances of getting acquittal are higher if you are not around to tell your side of the story. Please stop believing that all black men hold their pew-pews like this. Yeah, that's not true. Some of us are well trained. Some of us know how to handle that still and won't hesitate to use it. Had a situation last night as I was coming through one of y'all subdivisions, and one of you decided that you wanted to speed police me. Now I'm very respectful when I'm coming through those subdivisions. And again, I do not negotiate with terrorists. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care how you feel. You should be more concerned about how I feel. Because when one of you try to approach me, I feel like my life is in danger. That's just the bottom line. I have no time to try to make a distinction between the good ones and the bad ones. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's dangerous behavior. That's dangerous. Because the bad ones cover their faces up when they're marching. The bad ones cover up their faces when they're snatching up illegals. So I don't know who's good and who's bad. So when I see one of you, I'm automatically feeling like my life is in danger. And I will respond as such. I just wanted to let you know that.
They made it illegal to call yourself Indian, unless they said you could. Your Honor Washuri, let the record show that the criminalization of indigenous identity was not accidental. It was policy, it was law, and it was punishment with a purpose. In state after state, people were fined, arrested, and targeted for doing one thing: calling themselves who they really were. Receipt number 1, Louisiana Act 116, 1924. It shall be unlawful to misrepresent oneself as Indian in the application for public services. Receipt number 2, Oklahoma Territory Code, 1897. Any person presenting false tribal affiliation shall be liable for up to 90 days incarceration. Receipt number 3, Bureau of Indian Affairs Memo, 1935. Enrollment applications to be denied if birth records do not confirm full-blood lineage. These weren't just technicalities. They were deliberate legal traps, so indigenous people couldn't reclaim land, benefits, or recognition. This is why your great-grandmother stayed silent. This is why your last name vanished off the tribal rolls. Because if you claimed it, you got punished. Hit that plus button. Because the law was never meant to protect us, only to
I love every black person in this country to get $1 million check and 100 acres of land. Absolutely. Are they owed that amount? 100%, if not more. Black people who would get that, it would bankrupt the whole country.
For the people that built the country to make you the fuck money, all of a sudden now you worried about being bankrupt when you spend trillions of dollars on defense, trillions of dollars on unnecessary, trillions of dollars to send black men, especially to jail, trillions of dollars to drug the fuck up our whole country, trillions of dollars to fuck the food up, to fuck air up, to fuck the water up, trillions of dollars to make people sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker in this country, but you mad? We don't have the money because plain and motherfucking simple, you do not like black people. It is very obvious. For hundreds of years, we've been the most hated. Within that hatred comes the hypocrisy of loving our culture. You've made trillions off of our motherfucking culture. White musicians, all of them have made money off of black fucking culture. All of rock, all of jazz, all the shit we created from the oppression, which is in itself. The oppression and the fucking abuse and the rape and the putting down of us, we create blues, jazz, rock and roll, reggae, ska. We invent all of that shit. And to top it off, we invent all the mod that you all use. From the video game cartridge, Henry Lawson. We got the pacemaker, Otis Boynton. We have the late Dr. Bath, who created the laser eye surgery. We have Dr. Gladys, who's still alive, who's almost 80 years old, who created GPS. We have the guy who created the algorithm for Instagram, who's a 21-year-old Ghanaian kid. We've done all this shit. Then the internet was discovered by a Nigerian guy in the 80s. Like, we've done all of this innovation, even though we've been shit on and continue to be shit on every motherfucking day, right? Because nobody wants us to live anywhere. Nobody wants us to have this unless we're playing sports for them athletically or sexually satisfying. All black people are good for. We're supposed to be at people's beck and fucking call when they want us to entertain them or make them some kind of money. But if we ask for being autonomously wealthy on our own, being autonomously having our own shit, all of a sudden everybody pitches everybody has a fucking hissy fit. You don't want us in your neighborhood. You don't want us in your schools. You don't want us doing anything. But then when we say, hey, okay, that's cool, because Muhammad Ali said, hey, man, I think we should have our own state. I don't want to live amongst you. Like, well, why not? You don't want us around. You're segregating everything. And then as soon as we want to go, white people start panicking. You know, we don't want to be around you, so you can call us We're tired of white cops shooting us. We're tired of this pissing contest that these white cops have because they're afraid of black dicks for some reason. Because most of this shit, black dick envy. We're tired of that. So what about this? Why don't we just give us what you owe us and we can go on and do our own shit? But no, they don't want that. White folks especially hate autonomous black happiness. They do not like when we are by ourselves doing our own shit. They cannot stand that. They don't even like us in a group. Whites always got to have their hand in our shit. And if they're not part of it, then we're back to being spoons and spades and all this other.
Y'all, it's time to quiet quit the Latino community just like we did with the white people. My people, it is time to quiet quit. Quiet quitting is when we stop talking. We have done enough talking, because I just ran across a live of a protest where these Latino people were peacefully protesting and they were running for their lives because the police had thrown some tear gas at them. And baby, when I tell you, the fucking comment sections is full of fucking white people laughing at them. Oh, you running now, huh? Good for you. You're getting what you deserve. And they don't have no smoke for them motherfuckers. None. None. I haven't seen a Latino video on this motherfucker going off on the whites. They voted with them fucking whites because they thought the whites was going to turn on the fucking Haitians. That's what they thought from their eating the dogs. They're eating the cats, remember? So the Latinos knew that they were safe, especially after they publicly declared that they will vote for Donald Trump. They are on here on this fucking app saying some of the most nastiest, disrespectfulest shit that they can fucking muster up. And I don't know about y'all, but usually when I want somebody to do something for me, I usually talk to them nice. I usually say, hi, Miss Jessica, how are you today? How are you feeling? Good, 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 good. Listen, I was wondering if you could help me with something. I don't go in there and say, Miss Jessica, if you don't help me, bitch, it's gonna be you tomorrow, bitch. And I don't care that it's you today, because I saw them people fuck over you last week. But I don't care, bitch. I need your motherfucking help. And you need to get out there and help. I ain't never, ever talked to nobody like that I wanted help from. And the way that these white folks are in that comment section, going the fuck off on those people. And I don't see no Latinos talking back to them. I'm not talking about the ones protesting. I don't see no Latinos in that comment section going off. It's time to quiet quit them, y'all. 2 tears in a bucket. We gotta quiet quit. Wrap it up. No more explaining. No more yelling into our cameras. It's time to quiet quit them, y'all. So I'm putting it out in the atmosphere that by the end of this month, the black community will have quiet quit the Latino community as well. And when everybody come to their fucking senses and learn that we are not slaves of the whites, that you guys get to have us lent to your cause to work off a debt that Massa promised y'all, until the entitlement ends for our servitude. And even then, y'all, and even then, let's quiet quit, because we need to start preparing ourselves. Okay. Thank you.
Kyrie Irving posted on his page a black native on his page. Then on his story, he posted, "We are the grandchildren of the Indians you weren't able to remove." Y'all know how I feel about that Indian part, but let's get to the basis of it. The OGs know I've covered this topic and said that it does not make sense to go all the way to another continent to bring them over here to work as slaves when there are already people here. And I want y'all to know that Europe sent criminals to the New World to die. That's why they stand so proudly for the American flag, because it took them 313 years to erase, enslave, kill, and reclassify and colonize this country. Throughout history, when colonizers would come to other countries and continents or lands, when you are fighting for your land and your freedom and you don't win that battle, you become a slave, a prisoner of war. The sacredness of this beautiful land, they wanted to fight for it because their ancestors are here. They're buried under the mounds of it. So what happened when you're a prisoner of war on your own land and you're working on your own land? They knew what they were going to do on paper, the reclassifications, but the land, our DNA, and the stories will be told and passed down. So what do you do when that happens? As a master, a slave master who's trying to take over an entire land, you separate the families and you send them into all different directions so nobody can figure out their roots. You change their last name. And when you create the system, you don't give them a nationality. You call them a colored or black. American Indians were reclassified as Negro and colored during the colonial years. During that time of them writing up all the lies, individuals falsely claimed Native American ancestry to gain government benefits. But that's just the thoughts that's been running in my head. Don't argue with me though, argue with Kyrie Irving.
I'm 34. I'll be 35 in 2 days once it's there. How many times have anybody ever asked you for permission to say the nigga?
One time.
One time. How many times have you been given permission to say nigga? Never. Never. Never had to ask permission. Never had to ask permission. Never been asked if, do you say the N-word? Never been asked it. I'm a descendant of them people. How many of these people didn't have names? And that was their name. And it wasn't no term of endearment. That's where we come from. That's the historical context of that. Whether you agree with it or not, whether we should say it or not, whether you agree with it or not, we say it. And we say it with embrace. We don't say it to disrespect each other, which is why it feels disrespectful when you say it. And all we ask is for respect. We'll circle back to that fat Mexican in a minute.
I'm going to speak it. Some people are not going to understand. They're going to get offended. And this could even rise some fear. But this is not even the case. One of the best things that can happen, especially to black people, is for their system of the Western, let's say if they stop taking insurance or whatever, the doors close for black people to have to go to the Western doctors for their healing. That's one of the best things that can happen. Why? Because then you don't have to keep walking through the doors where they're literally putting spells on you through your mind, giving false diagnosis, medications that cause you to become sicker. And then you really have to be pushed to tap into the power within and get those downloads that'll come back through your DNA and how our ancestors did things before we start trusting more in the system to heal us that's literally killing us.
If you really want to know how powerful a chromosome is, just look at the fucking sun. There you have it. Now your body full of them. And you got millions of cells. This is why it's called nuclear war. See what I'm saying? Because they have taken the power out of the nucleus of our cells and used them to form nuclear weapons. So I'm trying to get you to see how powerful you are. You don't understand what you are because you don't know what's being used from you. You don't even know, like, they're using your body parts to make guns, to make gunpowder, to make weaponry. Even the atomic bomb. Where did that come from? Our atoms, our atomic structure. That's our genetics. That's our genetics. That's our genetics. And that is the genetics of the god species, because you're only going to find that in a being that has DEA, deoxyetheric acid.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you're doing the silent treatment and stuff like that, that's just real sassy, because why are you doing that? I feel like that's
Because
very...
I don't want to cuss your black ass out. You done did some stupid shit. You done said some stupid shit. You done fucked up some money. You done did some dumb shit. What would you rather a man do? Did he abuse you verbally? No. So if I'm being quiet, I have nothing nice to say. Y'all better be glad the nigga just being quiet. You know it's niggas that beat bitches ass out here. You know niggas beat bitches asses out here. This man just shut up because you did something stupid and you really playing with his fucking top and you getting him close to the edge. Leave that man alone. Let her be quiet. Y'all act like y'all want an abusive nigga. God damn, carry y'all abusive asses back to the apartment with that toxic shit. What you want me to call you? Stupid bitch. Dumb ass hoe. Idiot. No, I'm not gonna do that because you're my queen and I understand that we're upset and I have the emotional intelligence and I'm mature enough to know that I am not gonna speak out of anger and emotion because I really don't mean those things.
I'm telling you, 20 niggas in a trap house sit down and listen to me break down certain concepts about criminality, about why we should do crimes different. And they call that preaching, and I'm telling niggas how to be a better criminal. But they was listening. You see what I'm saying? So I always been who I am. The world opened up, bro. The world opened up an avenue. TikTok, opened up an avenue. You just take advantage of the avenues that's for you. You know what I'm saying? And work your spot. But also too, I ain't giving it away. It's my shit. How the fuck my man gonna feed his child if I don't build something? And he riding with me. I gotta feed my kids, but this is my nigga. I gotta put him on a payroll. You know what I'm saying? That's a responsibility of mine. I ain't waiting on nobody else to do that shit. Why? We built this shit together. Why we not gonna take it as far as it can go? We take this shit out the crib into a brick and mortar spot. Who gonna pay my editor? Can't be love forever. I just gave Sookie the website. I gave it to her. It was my 50-50 because my likeness sell it. I said, it's yours now. All of it. I don't graphic design. I don't run a website. I sell it with my likeness. I'm going to keep selling it with my likeness so she can eat because she did it out of love. That's my love now. How do I repay it? I don't want that from you. It's you. You incentivize the people that you're around. Look out. Look out, bro. Figure out where you can make your money.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're from Detroit, you need to hear this. I don't talk about stuff like this on my page, so TikTok, please push this one because I thought most people known about this stuff about Detroit. You know, downtown Detroit, most of them buildings are Tartarian buildings. Did y'all know that? Or like, some of those buildings down there are powered by themselves, y'all. They power by themselves. But not gonna lie, it's like the river though, the Detroit River. Some of that water powers some of those buildings because some of those buildings down there are 1,000 and something years old. I promise you. You wonder why a lot of buildings down there lights still be on, or like especially if they're not being used. If they're not being used, the lights are still on. It's because Detroit is powered. Like the buildings are, the lights come on by themselves. You can tell the difference because the lights, how they glow is different. How they glow is real different. They glow like the sun almost. But a lot of those buildings down there, that has gargoyles and like those little statues and stuff. Those gargoyles are for us to protect us black people. If y'all didn't know that gargoyles down there are for us, they're not for, the other people or whatever the fuck. I'm telling y'all, Detroit, some of the Detroit buildings are Tartarian and they charge on their own. The lights come on by themselves. You can sometimes tell too because you know that one guy, the green guy that has the light or sun in one hand and the city in one hand is because, like, I forgot the name of the type of stone or metal that have electric currents go through it. They're basically showing you that our fucking city is getting powered by basically water. Water. That's why Detroit becomes one, or Detroit is real classical, because that shit is Tartaria, whatever I said. I'm telling y'all, if y'all go downtown Detroit, you will see what I'm talking about. You just have to look. Don't read the buildings for real at all. Oh, I forgot. Those Xfinity, Metro, AT&T, all them little Bluetooths or like internet connect. Those was found too. They never made them. Those internet connections are like connected to the grid almost. They never built that. Like they found it basically. It's like a grid energy. And yeah, like I feel like I should know that. Okay. Yeah.
Easy. You got the Native Americans coming out. You got the Mexicans. Like everybody just coming out telling the truth. That's crazy because when I started this, and man, they was on my head heavy telling me I was lying, but now some of them are coming out to tell the truth. I wish I could find that video where I watched where it was nothing but pretty much Native Americans in the comments just telling the truth. It's like, yeah, no, we come from Siberia. Black people are native to this land. We wish that this one dude, you know, the one that everyone sees now, that's all over everybody's FYP, would shut the fuck up because he knows that he's lying. I seen one comment where they was just exposing him. They said he got kicked off the reservation. He's not even allowed back. Like, oh, that's crazy. And this is why I need to start taking screenshots so I can have the evidence to show you guys. Because I feel like if you don't see it, you don't believe it, which I totally understand. But hey, like I said, I'm gonna start getting more, start saving more. That way I can bring all of the evidence to the people so y'all can see it all out in full. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. Throw a comment down there because every little click that you do helps. And we truly appreciate and thank you guys for it. But hey, I've been your boy Azrael. This has been another episode of Azrael Reacts, and I'll check you guys next time. Deuces!